Hello, everyone. Love, peace, and harmony. This is what we sell to you, along with quality time, with coffee time, with YB. So, what's your name today?
Sherry.
Sure, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, YB.
How was your day today?
The day is great. It's a beautiful day in Pittsburgh. We don't get that many, so you had to enjoy it while you can.
I know, it's super short here.
Sunny out.
Mhm.
So, yes, like I was telling you before, I'm a project manager specializing in education. I'm actually a mechanical engineer by degree. I worked as a robotics engineer for 25 years before I decided I couldn't do it anymore. And I went into project management, and then I went into education. I actually was trying to be a teacher. I was getting my certification when the pandemic hit, and everything shut down. And I couldn't finish my student teaching, so I never got certified as a teacher.
Oh,
No, right? But I tutored. I've been tutoring for about 25 years. I've gotten a lot of kids scholarships. I got a lot of kids NCAA scholarships by raising SAT scores. This young lady I just got into law school, which is graduate from Howard Law, valedictorian, raising her LSAT score. So I help children raise their scores on standardized testing because for whatever reason I understand tests well. But my real love is art. I'm an artist.
oh, so you're an artist.
I'm a portrait artist. I paint with oils. And I'm self-taught. Like, so I never took an art class. It's just something that, I just started. I can't take any credit for it. I just do it because I can.
What kind of art do you do?
I mainly paint people. I paint people things that I can see. I paint a lot of things that interest me. Like I did a I Love You Black Man series, and I would just walk down the street and ask somebody, could I paint them? Because I like the way they look. Like I would have asked you if I could paint you, why if I was still actually painting a series, because you have a nice look, for real. There are a lot of gentlemen with locks and.
I paid her to say that, just so you know.
That's
not true.
It's true though. I would. I'm not doing it anymore because I did it for a year, and now it's time to move on and do something else.
So what is it that you're doing right now?
Right now, I'm actually taking a break. I haven't painted since February.
Wow.
Which is a long for me because over the pandemic, I've been producing work left and right. The problem is, I've been producing a lot more than I've been selling, and my house is full of canvases all over the place. So, I'm taking a little break so I can probably get rid of some of the ones I've painted.
You do sell them?
And do some more. I do sell them. They're all for
yeah?
sale. Everything's for sale.
What's your prices on?
I range from $150 to a small portrait to $1,500 to large paintings. So I don't have anything that's more expensive than $1,500 right now.
It seems like you have an account that our audience can follow you and contact you.
Yes, I am on Instagram at Sherry.Randolph100. That's where I post most of my paintings. So I can show you real quick some of them. But that's probably the best way. I don't have a website or anything.
Oh, these are beautiful.
Yeah,
mostly black though.
Yeah, mostly black. But I do paint white people, Caucasian people by commission. My last commission was the painting of a dog. It turned out really, really well. But his owners, just lost him and they wanted him. It was one of my favorites.
Oh, this is beautiful.
So I paint a lot of famous people too.
You're really an artist, huh?
Yeah, I'm really an artist. I painted my son, who's also in the Army. Chadwick. Yeah, I painted a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, that's wow.
I'm a portrait artist, so that's what I do. I paint portraits. Oh, and I told you about my friend that was in Bermuda. I painted a portrait of him. See, it kind of reminds me of you. See yourself in that a little bit?
I think he looks more beautiful than I am.
Well, beauty is beauty. That's based on the eyes of the beholder. So if I say you look beautiful to me. But, some of the pictures I've done, just whatever. But I'm fascinated by skin. So I try to recreate the beauty that God has created. So I don't necessarily take credit for a lot of my art because if the person's beautiful and I'm just painting them, how can I take credit?
Oh, wow.
You know?
Wow. Yeah, but you're only painting the look.
Of what I see. Right. Or I paint off a feeling, actually. So I do have to see you, but I try to make the painting, I try to make me feel the same way I feel when I look at the person.
Oh, is that what it
So I
is?
paint off a feeling.
Oh.
Yeah, so some people just give you that feeling like they're so calm and cool. They may not be, but they give you that, it's of the aura. Some people are more energetic. Some people actually, will steal energy. You take the feeling.
Oh, steal energy?
People steal energy, yeah. Some people are receivers and givers of energy. It just depends. And it just depends on if you're a hyper person. It's okay to be around somebody that's going to pull some of that energy away from you. If you don't have a lot of energy, you don't want to be around a person that's going to steal your energy because you don't have a lot anyway. So it just depends.
Would you rather somebody steal your money or somebody steal your energy?
My energy.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah, because I can always leave them alone and recoup. If they take my money, I might not be able to recoup. I mean, you might not. I mean, hopefully you will be, but you never know. But I'm self-resilient as far as anything is not anything external to me. I can't call it. If it's internal to me, I can definitely call it. So if it's internal, I'm self-resilient.
Well,
pretty much.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Well, I saw you wearing this African dress, so I cannot tell that you're an artist from the beginning.
Oh, okay. And I wear a lot of African clothes. My friends, some of them tease me about it, but I don't know. I just feel as though, no matter if you're from Jamaica, if you're from the U.S., or if you're from Brazil, I mean, we're all from darker skin or from Africa. Let's be for real. Thanks a lot. We're all African.
So you're thinking, so everyone is from Africa?
Yeah, we were just dropped off in different places. But yeah, for sure.
So you're saying everyone is from Africa, but some people don't have as much melanin as others.
Right, because where they migrated to. The first original man and woman was from Africa. Yes, I do believe that. I believe Jesus Christ walked on the African land. I believe the true Hebrews and Israelites are of dark skin and black people. I believe that. And if you believe something else, that's your prerogative. But yes, skin color, skin texture, hair color, all depends on where you migrated to because you adapt. You adapt to that situation. And yeah, that's what I believe.
Seems like you're real knowledgeable.
I don't know if that's knowledge or just opinionated, one or the other.
It could be.
It could be. But I mean, I've read a lot of books and I investigate and I just come to my own conclusion based on the knowledge that I'm actually, I guess, privileged to obtain.
So what book do you read? Like what books do you read?
Oh my, I don't know. I've read a lot of books. Recently, I'm more into autobiographical stories. I have one book that this is not based on anything I just said, but to give you an idea, I have one book that is all the books that Maya Angelou wrote in one big book.
Oh, Michelangelo.
Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou.
But I did study Michelangelo when I was in college because I studied the whole art history. And one of the things that art history taught me was in the beginning when people were painting and developing images of theological images like Christ and whatever, everybody painted them in their own image. And it wasn't until the Romans went into Africa to colonize and make them more Catholic that they actually asked Michelangelo to paint the white Jesus that we all know of today. That was a commissioned piece purposely done so that when they went into Africa, they could have somebody who does not look like them on purpose. That's definitely a true story. So that's where the Michelangelo paintings came from. But I don't blame Michelangelo. He was just an artist for hire. He did what he was asked to do, and they paid him. That was it. But it's the mindset that makes you believe what you see Like, for example, as an artist, this is a true story. I won't mention any names because it happened here in Pittsburgh. But I painted a picture of an African American man on the cross as Jesus. Now, sometimes people do that and he have like curly hair and he's beige or whatever, but I painted a dark skinned black man with kinky hair on the cross being crucified, and the church had an uproar. This is a black church, they actually had a problem with it.
Really?
Yes.
So they don't want black Jesus.
They do not want a black Jesus. I don't know if it was something with the mindset of admiring someone who doesn't look like you, or not
So
accepting the fact that if you look at it biologically where Jesus was from, where Nazareth really was, what the people look like of that era, he damn sure didn't look like that Michelangelo painting.
Oh. The
I mean,
black church didn't accept that.
the black church did not accept the picture of black Jesus. Yes.
You know why?
In Pittsburgh. I think it's just brainwashed.
Think they're brainwashed?
Yeah.
Or maybe they think you're not as good as Michelangelo.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's possible. But it was a very good picture. It just wasn't what they thought Jesus would look like.
I like your picture, to be honest.
You know, yeah, it was a good painting. It just wasn't what they thought Jesus should look like. I mean, and I really do believe a lot of it has to do with brainwashing. If you've been told or given a certain image and think that is what something is, you're going to grow up and think that's what something is. Just like me and you were talking about body size and body positivity before. You know, if you think that a size 3 is the ultimate size of the body and you're a size 12, then you think that your body's not the ultimate size. Even though, who's to say a size 12 couldn't be the ultimate size? Like, it's all with what you think it is, because healthy is healthy. Healthy does not necessarily have to do with, there's a lot of very thin people that are not healthy. We do know that. So,
you think I'm not fat?
no, I don't think you're fat. I don't know if you're healthy or not, but I don't think that you're fat. That's the difference. Now, only you will know if you're healthy. You know.
I am pretty fat.
But I follow a gymnast, and she is larger than I am, and she is she's not a gymnast. So, you know, I mean.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
I know, but it is what it is, you know. But
That was
yeah,
awesome, yeah.
I went to Howard University, graduated in the 80s. I am a proud mom of 2. Yeah, so I'm just living a life.
Have you ever traveled?
Yes, I just went to the Azores Islands in Portugal at the beginning of the year. I went to Cancun. I used to live in Jamaica for a couple of years. I lived in Duncan's Chilani when I lived in Jamaica. I love Chilani. A lot of people I know visit Little Bay and the Grill, but Chilani has the real white sand beaches. I've never been to Africa. I do want to go though, but I've never been. I've been to Kazakhstan. I've been to what's the other place? Amsterdam. Even though they're changing a lot of laws there, it's probably not as fun as it used to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they really are. I'm like, you can no longer smoke in a red light district. When I was there, you could take weed anywhere. Like, they would just like actually have it on the clubs, you know. But they're changing a lot of laws there. I'm not sure why. I like Amsterdam though because it was a really good melting pot, a true melting pot, like people from all over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Seems like you travel a lot, then. It seems like
A little bit. You know. My favorite place is Jamaica.
Jamaica?
Yeah.
Tell me more about Jamaica.
I just like it because of the beaches. But now when I went to Bermuda, it was also beautiful. But I can't be on the island that gets cold. I just can't. You know, this doesn't make sense to me. But I've been told that if I go to Tanzania and go to Zanzibar, I will find more beautiful beaches there. So I have not done that yet, but I really want to. That's my goal. I want to go to Zanzibar.
That would be really interesting to go to Africa.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I really want to go there. So, I mean, I know there's other beaches in Africa, but it just seems like they're really beautiful. I know there's beaches in Ghana. Are there beaches in Nigeria?
Beaches are everywhere.
Okay.
Beaches in the eyes of the beholder.
No, that's not true. That is not true. And there's a difference between a lake beach and an ocean beach. Trust me, there's a big difference.
Seems like you're a beach expert.
I'm not an expert. I consider myself like a beach snob. Like, I really love beautiful beaches. Like, Bermuda has the pink sand beaches, which are really, really pretty. But something in the sand makes them pink. I try to bring some home, and within a month it turned like moldy and ugly. So I gotta keep it pretty. So I had to be in Bermuda to stay pretty. But you know, I do like beaches. When I went to India, that's when I discovered all beaches are not beautiful, even if they're ocean beaches. Oh my goodness! I mean, I didn't even want to I didn't even get in the water. I can't lie. But I did love India. I think if Africans are king and queens, Indians are princess and prince, because they really, really are beautiful people. They dress beautifully.
And they cook well.
They cook well. And if you actually go to India, one of the things I discovered there is that they're really dark people depending on where you live. Like my daughter was in, oh my God, what part was she in? Ranchi. And Ranchi's not one of those places you visit a lot. People are dark as you and I, but they just have more, their hair is not as kinky, but their skin tone is really, really dark. So Sharon Flake is a very prominent author that is from Philadelphia that now lives in Pittsburgh, and she wrote a book called The Skin I'm In. And my daughter took that book to India because a lot of the dark-skinned Indian girls was having problems with the same dark-skinned African-American girls will have here because of the color of their skin. So people are actually being prejudiced towards them because of the color of their skin all over the world, no matter what nationality they are. It's kind of sad, but it's definitely true.
What makes it that way? Why do girls with darker skin have more problems?
I don't know why, but I really do believe that. I believe it's people treat, when someone is actually truly jealous of something that you have, they try to treat you badly. So I think insecurities causes people to treat other people badly. Not because they think that you're inferior, but they want you to think that you're inferior. But it's really because you're superior. Because darker skinned people have more melanin in their skin, they can stay in the sun longer, they can take a lot more, and I think people feel inferior to that. So they want to put it down. That's what I feel. And same thing with, like, I think there's some things that men feel inferior to women about, so you make women feel bad about it. Men cannot have children. Men cannot bear children, so they try to control women and their childbearing aspects. Yes.
You think we can have children if we wanted?
No, you can't.
But the idea is we
You're
didn't
not
want
equipped. You're not equipped to do it. Okay? But if you want to or not, it don't matter. You can't. And I think because of that, men put a lot of restraints and restriction on women childbearing attributes because they can't do it. I really do believe that's like a general belief that I have. Just people tend to, when they feel inferior to something, they try to regulate it.
So what would be an example?
It's called the hateration.
Hateration?
It's true. Haterade. Abortion, women's rights. What is a man? How can a man tell a woman what she can and cannot do with her body? You know, and it really has to do with a lot of that inferior complex men have to women. I mean, let's be for real.
So it seems to be like the cause of, seems to be for you that the cause of any regulation or hatred behavior is inferiority.
A lot of it is. I mean, a lot of people won't admit to that. Maybe to their therapist they will. But if you get to the root cause of it, yes, a lot of it's inferiority. You have more to fear from somebody, you have more to worry about from somebody who fears you than somebody who doesn't. A lot of people will cause you harm with somebody who fears you. It's true. It's really like, because somebody who's not feel inferior to you, they don't have any reason to want to strike you down. But somebody who does feel inferior to you, they want to bring you down because they feel less than anyway.
Oh yeah. You're right. If somebody pissed at you, basically, because you're better, because somebody who's better than you doesn't really care about you.
Right.
Yeah?
Right. So yeah, that inferior complex goes a long way, and people just don't want to admit it, but it's true. You know, I mean, I think I've heard a lot of things, like even with race. You know, And I'm not saying one race is better than the other, but I think each race has good points that they're good at. And I think some of the things that some races try to control and regulate about other races is things that they feel inferior about. It's just that simple. Sports, entertainment, I mean, it shows. It really shows. So, I think if people lead with love instead of hate, we'd be better off. But,
That's why you
that's
and I
just
in
me.
this show, because we're spreading love.
We need to lead with love. We need to lead with love, peace and harmony. If you know about something that's going to help somebody out, you should tell them. But easier said than done. I always do. People ask me where I get something, I tell them exactly where I got it. People ask me how to do something, I'll tell them exactly how to do it.
How do I become a millionaire?
How do you become
Millionaire.
a millionaire? I wish I knew, but you can play the lottery if you're lucky. But I think you should start using your expertise more. Yeah, I think you should start getting out there. It's,
Okay. What do you think? Something like this podcast called Coffee Time with YB. So it's supposed to be like people listen to it while they're drinking their coffee. So what would be a good topic for people to listen to while they're drinking their coffee?
I think a good topic for people to listen to while they're drinking their coffee is how we can show more grace and be kinder to each other. One of the things I learned when I lived in Jamaica, and one of the reasons why I was attracted to Jamaica so much, is the common courtesy and common bond and unwritten, understanding that Jamaicans have for each other. When someone says respect, it's true, respect. And there's certain rules that go along with that respect. But it's basically common courtesy to your fellow man. And not that, there's good and bad people everywhere, but I think if we lean more towards the good and towards the love and talk more about how we could truly help each other and be there for each other. And like you said, if you do know something, spread that information. Unfortunately, I don't know a lot right now, but when I do know some more stuff, I will definitely, be able to spread that information. I think the pandemic has made the gap wider, and made it a little bit harder to break certain barriers. And that's why the people that are beyond those barriers have to come back and pull people who need to be pulled through. I really do believe, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And knowing someone and being that someone, if you're in that position to help someone out, is really important.
If there's a place, historical place in history that you would like to drink coffee in with me, where would it be? Yeah,
Wow.
good question, huh?
That's a really good question.
Take you out of the love-hate complex.
Think if there was you said a certain time or a certain place?
Yeah, certain time and place in the past.
Certain time and place in the past. If I could, would I like to? I don't know. I think I would like to drink coffee with you in the 70s. I think it was a really dynamic era where people were really more adamant about the change that they wanted. Not that everything was perfect, but we see now in 2023, things still ain't perfect. I think perfection is something to always strive for, and I think it's ever changing because as we evolve, situation evolves. So I think in the 70s, because I think the clothing was cool, I think the atmosphere was cool. I think
Actually, I like that era.
Yeah, people were about it. Some people got lazy because they got what they want. But everybody didn't get what they want. Capitalism is a strange thing. So the more people have, the more people have to not have in order for it to work. So all we did was shift some of those things. You know what I mean? So because capitalism is based on the whole bell-shaped curve thing. So where most of the people are in the middle, but you got to have a certain percentage of people that have more than what they need, and then you got to have a certain percentage of people that have less than what they need. And that's how the capitalists don't work. It is what it is. I mean, you know, I'm not going to say I'm a socialist, but I think socialistic economy is better overall.
What's,
But
what's an example of a socialistic
when
economy?
everything is spread out evenly.
Do you have a country that does that?
I don't know, but we
Right
have.
now?
I don't know. We have a country that does it correctly, but we have countries that try to do it. I mean, this whole thing with healthcare. I mean, all right, we might be capitalistic and people have, but the fact that so many people don't have, and we make it so hard, it's ridiculous. Like, you know, if you go to Canada, everybody has it. It's not a big deal. But we make money off of things that are not a big deal because everybody don't have it. So, like I said, the capitalistic idealist thing is based on people not having it. So in order for me to have something valuable, and because remember, it's just a material thing, or it's just a service. So in order for me to make it valuable, I gotta regulate it so it can have certain value.
Sure.
You know, I used to work for General Motors, where I know they would have a limited edition just so they can go up on the price, so they would make a lot of them so it could be worth more money. But at the end of the day, if you can control that, and if it's something that everybody needs and everybody should have it, that's the way we should look at it. Because that's it. No, we just put too much emphasis on money and not enough on life.
Yeah, I have 2% in my phone, and I'd like to ask you, what would you advise people to do, or what would you like? What if there is one message you want to let people know? One message. What would it be?
I think if I had one message to let people know, I think that people should, I don't know, other than love, I think we should give more grace. Grace is something that's, I don't know, it's just overlooked. People don't consider it until something happens to them and they need it. But I think we should give more grace to each other. That's my one thing I would say.
Grace to each other. That's the message from?
Yeah, that's my message.
What's your name again?
Sherry.
Sherry, excuse me, I'm really...
That's okay.
Forgive me, but because I'm bad with names. Yeah. Love and grace from Sherry. Thank you, listeners.